Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've made an update. I've just been honestly caught up with a lot of life stuff been going on. Between moving back in June, July time frame, the track day at Watkins Glen in August, and just generally just been swamped with work. And haven't had a whole lot of time to make some headway on the car, especially after what happens with Watkins Glen, where we had the brake failure, and have noticed a couple other things going off with the car as well. So it's just been one of those things to, when you're getting in a new house, there's other things that take priority. So that's kind of what we're working with. But, for those, who saw my last place, my last workshop area, you knew it was kind of my place of zen, and it was a real, easygoing kind of environment. So I've got some work I got to do at this new place. We have a nice big, 3-car garage. Nice big step up. Still got some stuff from the move that we're working on getting, sorted out. Got to find a home for that piano inside the house. But as far as workspace is concerned, this is a pretty decent little setup I've managed to pull off at this stage in life. So just kind of got to get the aesthetic right. So, get some pictures hung up in here and get some inspiration, turning back out of this environment. And so the first thing I'm going to be doing, I got to get out... I got to get some paneling, make some things look nice in here, because you see that wall, got some drywall over there. The previous homeowner had built out like a little, closet kind of thing, which is nice, but I really don't like that white type paneling. And, then I got this long wall right here, 29 foot deep. So it's a lot of space to account for. But again, it'll fill itself up quick, I'm sure. But plan is get that same kind of faux brick paneling like I had at the last house, and get that hung up, get some pictures up, get some shelving. We've already got some here, and so I'm probably going to reuse that stuff, and really start working on getting some of these things off the floor and regain some workspace. But more importantly, just give myself that ambiance. I mean, that stuff matters, and so it's going to be a bit of a haul, because turns out Home Depot and Lowe's quit selling the exact type of paneling I want to use, and they did that right around the time I bought the house. Go figure. So I'm actually going to be driving all the way up to Kentucky to Menards, because they're the only store that still sells something similar. So that's what we're going to be doing. So one other thing, with this being a 10-foot ceiling in here, a couple of my friends have asked me, hey, you're going to put a lift in there, this and that. I haven't really decided. I could do a quick jack if I wanted to, but I don't see a long-term quick jack being my solution, because realistically, the way this property is set up, I've got the ground space to do a separate detached building, and that's ultimately what I'm after. And if I'm doing that, then I'm going full in with a proper lift. And from quick jacks, I mean, they're cool, and I've got a coworker of mine that swears by it, and that's fine. I just don't think for my situation it's appropriate. So yeah, for now, I'm just going to enjoy the 10-foot ceilings and hopefully know that it's not going to get terribly hot inside this garage in the summer months. But if it ever comes down to it, might do a mini split or something in here just to get some airflow and keep it somewhat regulated in terms of temperature. But no, for now, like I said, the intention's to just make it look better in here and make it mine. So one of the real nice things about this place, there was a car guy that owned it before me, and there's some things that he did that I actually really appreciate, because it's going to make life a lot easier for me in the long run. But it also shows how safety oriented this guy was when it came down to this type of stuff, and I'll show you. Sprinkler heads. We got 4 of them for a fire suppression system here in the house. It's all ran off the water system. So it's that type of stuff. But also, just the simple fact that we've already got all the power we need for welding machine. If I ever do step up to a TIG welder, instead of this little guy over here, maybe one day we'll grow up and get a real man's welder, but we'll see. Right now we don't need it. But it's just nice seeing, the extra power junction here, but if need be, I can run, some high horsepower stuff through this, but also, backup generator for the house if I ever need that as well. So it's just nice seeing, the redundancy with power applied throughout this house. And yeah, again, it's just going to make it a good little work environment. So you'll have to excuse the mess in the interim. We're still figuring some of that out, but yeah, I'm really just excited and to get involved with getting this place set up to what I wanted to do. Get a little bit of a workbench space cleared up. That's from my old house in Savannah, and haven't been able to use that workbench in a while, but it fits perfectly right there. And again, you can see where it gives me all the space I need to at least be able to park the car and get around it. So, but first objective, we gotta de-uglify this, or whatever you want to call it, because yeah, this ain't it. That definitely ain't it. All right, so had the opportunity over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend to make a hotshot run to Kentucky, Louisville, specifically to a Menards store to get the brick paneling I'm just so desperately seeking. And they had 20 of them in stock, which is, by my math, plus accounting for some scrap, that was how much quantity I was going to need in order to do, the majority of these walls. But, also give me an opportunity to do some of the excess pieces over here, because I just wanted to look good and, be continual throughout. So, anywho, kind of halfway started on this already. It took 16 hours to get there and back. I left out at 4:30 in the morning and got home just before 8 o'clock at night, and got everything, everything's sorted, everything's fine. And, getting out here in the garage to work on it today, and, just making some adjustments here and there you can see my little stockpile of them right there. Pardon the other trash over there, but anyways. But, you already see we already got one kind of hanging up. And did our cutouts for the little switches and things like that. And that little section right here is going to be equally challenging to do to account for that septic pipe. But, no, working on it, getting it done. And probably won't videotape too much of this as far as... for going on YouTube or social media or anything like that. I'm going to more or less just hammer away at this and share the finished product once it's done. So I'm going to get to it. All right, so after one day's work, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels cut, hung, hammered in place, this and that. Now, granted, still going to have some trim work. Got to account for all the little gaps down in there, but for the most part, everything's set. Do a little bit of cleanup here, and like I said, do some trim down along the bottom line there. And of course, got to do a little bit of filler panels there, because these panels are only 96 inches tall. So from floor up to that part of the ceiling was 106 inches. So I'm gonna have to just cut a little bit of piece there. But when you have a whole door section cut out, you got plenty of scrap to make those little patch holes with. So we're gonna get that squared away, and then this wall will be pretty much done. One day I'll decide on trim for around the door frame, and probably get some nicer stainless steel plates to replace those white panels, just because I wanted to have a little bit more of a industrial type look to it. No immediate plans, if ever, to do any sort of drop tile sealing in here for the insulation. If anything, I may do that, like spray to coat it black, but honestly, I don't even mind it the way it is right now. So, but anywho, next step in this is going to be probably to tackle that, get that white paneling down and get the rest of the brick paneling over that, or maybe just start over here on this section where there isn't anything currently installed and work on that, because you got to take shelving down there, that's going to be a job. And then that stuff up above the garage doors is going to be like the last of what gets done, just because that's going to be doing, using nothing but scrap pieces. So I don't know, might do this wall next, might do that wall. We just got to really sit and think it through, because this one's going to be a goofy one, because there's a lot of weird cuts that are going to have to get made, and I'm afraid that there's going to be a lot of wasted stuff from otherwise good panels that could be used on on those two sections there, and certainly that stretch over here. So I don't know. We'll see where we go with it.